Okay, we are here with Jackie Sticca,
Yeah.
student government president.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
Yes, nice to see you. Good. So we're going to ask some questions about the art gala
Excellent.
that just happened this last Friday. First off, how many people do you think came?
So we had a head count of about 411, and we stopped using our counter at around 9 o'clock because the doors were shut. And we did not include the 50 plus student artists and staff that came to help us. So we're not really sure where we're sitting at. I think a safe estimate is somewhere around 475.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was a big turnout.
How many were you expecting?
I was estimating for 500.
Yeah.
I tried to do the mental math of thinking it would be double the numbers from Casino Night, which was our big formal event last spring. Yeah.
And other than that, can you think of any other big events Front Range has had?
I think that Front Range has the capacity to have more big events. I certainly want to collaborate with the other two campuses in the future and try to see something that can reach all three campuses. I think we have 20,000 students enrolled or planned for the fall semester, and it would be really awesome to see an event that spans three campuses and can incorporate 20,000 students.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whose idea was it to have an art gala?
So last year when I was secretary treasurer, there was a huge call for some kind of spring formal event. People kind of wanted a prom, but without it being like a cheesy prom because we're not in high school anymore. So we came up with the idea of doing Casino Night. And Casino Night was an opportunity for each club or organization on campus to run some kind of table and a game at that table to encourage enrollment into those clubs and to give them a little opportunity to be visible to the student body. This year, this is the first year as a pre-med student that I have taken an art class. For my personal enrichment, I decided to take photography, and it's kind of reframing the way that I look at the world and my own, like, you know, I don't know the word I'm looking for, my own position in it. And I think that it's invaluable. And so I was really inspired to try to come up with an event that was an outlet of self-expression for all students, because I think that there's a value to it. There's a value in pursuing the humanities, especially if you're like a math or a science major. So I threw the idea out there. I said, what if we did a giant art gala? And we didn't make it specific to art students. I said, what if we open it to everyone? We gave everybody the opportunity, whether they crochet, knit, compose music, write poetry, paint, whatever their medium was, could we give them the opportunity to present that work publicly? And everybody loved the idea, so we started to plan the art gallery.
Yes.
And here we are.
We're in it right now.
We're in it.
Do you know how many pieces were submitted or how many students submitted pieces?
I know that there's just around 250 for sale, but I know that not all pieces are for sale. I think we have just under 60 artists. And of the 60 artists that submitted, I think each of them brought at least 5 to 10 pieces. So you can do the math on that. I think we have somewhere in the ballpark of 500 pieces, if not more. I mean, obviously we're surrounded by art and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I was genuinely impressed by
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I didn't expect such a big turnout. I was personally really worried that we wouldn't have enough art or enough engagement. And that's one of the reasons why we tried to eliminate deadlines for the art show. We wanted to just make it, if you can participate, great. If you can't, no pressure, no deadlines. And so everybody just had to show up the day before the party, and we took the entire Thursday to stage the art from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I tried to safely save space for as many people as I could. I was getting worried that enough people wouldn't show up, and then by 2 o'clock we were full, and we were worrying about not having enough space for the art, which was a nice feeling. Also a panic, obviously, trying to make sure we had enough space, but a better position to be in than not having enough participation. So it was a good turnout.
So you set everything up, and here, the day before, what is everything that went into setting up this event, including marketing?
So one of the reasons that we chose the art gala is One, we wanted to give students the opportunity and the outlet to self-express, regardless of whether or not they were art majors. That was the first step. The second thing was I wanted there to be a free opportunity for students to celebrate, especially right before finals and final projects being due. I think it's really important to alleviate stress. So we wanted to come up with some kind of big formal party that was low stress, didn't cost anything. Obviously, we voted on and used student fee money to pay for the event. And then we wanted to create an opportunity that didn't cost a lot. So I said, okay, what if we outsource the entertainment? What if we have other people bring their art in? How can we make it equitable and fair for them? And so the idea was, what if we allow them the opportunity to sell their art via silent auction so that students have, one, the opportunity to self-express, two, an outlet to celebrate their art, three, the opportunity to monetize their art if they choose, and then four, it also showcases and legitimizes their art, and now they can write that they've been in a professional gallery in their resumes for the future. So back to your question, what did it take? Obviously, it took the participation of nearly 60 student artists to contribute the work. And then the rest of it was we had the real estate, and then it was just really careful planning on our part. We had to follow fire safety and make sure that we weren't violating any fire safety by putting things on the wall. So we had to be mindful of things hanging from the ceiling.
Wow.
We kind of created wall space by using the pipe and drape systems and then just sewing fabric pins and bowl clips to hold the art. So and those things aren't very expensive. Those things are inexpensive. Half of us had them at our homes, so we were able to bring in a lot of our own materials. And it was just making sure that we had enough to fill an art space, which students brought enough art, and we had enough bowl clips and safety pins and duct tape and electrical tape and painter's tape to keep the walls safe, and here we are. So it really didn't cost anything other than the party itself. Like the overhead cost of creating the gallery, because we already had the real estate, was very minimal.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Saved a lot of money.
When you say us, who helped put this together?
I do want to mention my entire government. The entire Student Government Association of Larimer was part and parcel of planning it. We came up with the idea in the fall, and we started to execute it back in February. We had somebody design the posters that are all over campus. We had two of our students design the mural that's outside. That was our backdrop for photography for the event. We had two other students create the beautiful sunflower mural that was on the red carpet. This took the collaboration of 30 to 50 students just to make the event happen. And that's not including the 60 artists that we had. So we definitely had a very engaged and I'm trying to find the word for it, a very involved student government this semester and last semester, this administration, which I'm really grateful for.
Yeah.
So it took a lot. It took a lot of planning. It took a lot of budgeting, but we made it happen, and it's awesome. I'm really proud.
Yeah. How do you think it went overall?
Can students profit?
I think I was so in the zone making sure the event was running smoothly, because this was the first time that we've ever thrown a public-facing event like this, but I really appreciated that a lot of future and prospective students came to see the school. We reached out to a lot of local high schools, and just knowing that we've done something to try to encourage enrollment here and to place emphasis on the need for humanities, at large and in general, it feels good. I think that makes it a success. Knowing that students have had the opportunity to sell their artwork for personal profit or donation, knowing that students have had an opportunity to celebrate and it didn't cost them anything, they were just welcome to come to campus and have a great night out, knowing that students have had an opportunity to legitimize their work, all of that makes it worth it. Plus, we had a huge turnout and everybody had a great time. So that made it worth it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it was a success.
Awesome.
I'm very happy.
I agree. How were you able to get so many people to come?
So myself, May Southard, and Oliver Hatcher, the VP and Secretary Treasurer, respectively, we literally cold called every single classroom on campus. We went around with flyers, we did student outreach, we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that they could participate and that everybody had a fair exposure to the event in a timely enough manner that they could contribute something. So it was literally just student outreach, just running into students and being like, hey, do you know about this yet? Join us, it's gonna be great. And it was. So that's how we got everybody.
Yeah, that's great. that's all I have. If you have
Perfect.
anything else you want to say to front range students?
Just that I'm so grateful that everybody made it the event that it was, and that we had so much participation, so much student engagement. And I know that there are a lot of people asking if we can make this an annual thing, and if not an annual thing, maybe semesterly. I don't know if we have the energy or the funding to make it a semesterly event, but I think that future governments would be interested in making sure that this lives on, so that all students have an opportunity to participate in something so awesome. So thank you to all the students.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Okay, we good?